Hi there, I am Musa, and this is Musa Analytics. Once again, you are welcome to Beginner Series, getting started with Microsoft Excel. In our previous tutorials, we discussed on basics of working with Excel table. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss on data validation and drop-down lists. Okay, before getting into Excel, I would quickly like to define and explain what data validation and drop-down lists is with example. What is data validation? Data validation is a feature that restricts the type of data or values that users can enter into a cell. You can choose to restrict a cell whereby you want the user to put in text instead of a number, right? Or you want the user to put you want the user to put in an age that is within a certain age bracket, let's say 20 to 30 or 30 to 40. You understand? So anything that is outside this range is considered as error, right? So why does it matters? It prevents wrong inputs, like I've said earlier, typing in text where a number is expected. It saves time on data cleaning. It saves time on data cleaning. Like I've said earlier again, when you restrict a cell, that the input, let's say you have an age column and you restrict it to be, the input should be between the age of, let's say, 30 to 40. So without data validation, without you restricting that cell, the user might input, the users that are out of that age bracket might input some value that are not within the age bracket. So you have to come again and clean those data, like filter out those people that are not part of this age bracket, because that's not your targeted people, right? So it saves time on data cleaning. So if you validate that at the spot, it's going to reject that entry. So it saves time on data cleaning and it ensures consistency across large data sets, right? Let's say, for instance, again, maybe you have a column of department and people that are coming from the IT department. Some persons choose to put IT in an abbreviated format, while some chooses to put in information technology. This set of data is not consistent. The department column will not be consistent because, okay, we have, as far as Excel is concerned, we have two different entries, that's IT and information technology. So it's not consistent at all. So you implementing a data validation will make what will ensure consistency across what your data. So what is a drop-down list? A drop-down list is a type of data validation. That means we have different types of data validation. So a drop-down list is a type of data validation that helps you control the entries people can make in a cell by letting them choose from a list of items, just like I've said earlier. Why use a drop-down list? Prevent typing error and inconsistencies, speed up data entry, make your spreadsheet look professional, helps maintain clean and structured data. Example, imagine you are collecting department names in a form. Instead of typing HR in abbreviated format or human resources in full format, to avoid mistakes or inconsistency, you are advised to create a drop-down list with the list of the department that are within your organization or firm, so that users will just click on the arrow and select whatever department they belong to. There is no need of what typing. This will what ensure consistency and it will save you time in data cleaning. Let's quickly get into Excel. Okay, we have two scenarios here. The first scenario is you are creating a form for employees to select their department, right? Okay, so number one, prepare a list of department: IT, HR, let's say logistics, and let's say manufacturing. So let's say we have four departments under the organization, and this is the data. This is the form. Let's say this is a form. The form is only collecting the names of these people, the names of these employees, and their department, right? So we are trying to implement a drop-down list on the word department column, right? So you highlight the column, then come to data, under the data tools, under data, under the data tools group, you see what data validation. Click on data validation. A pop-up dialog box will appear with the title data validation. We have three sections, three tabs here: settings, input message, and error alert. So settings is where you set in your parameters. The input message is when a user click on that cell, what will the user see? And the error, this will help you. Maybe you can put in a message that will guide the user on what to put inside a cell, or what to put and not to put inside a cell. And the error message is when a user inputs a wrong entry, right? Okay, settings. Click on settings. Under the allow, by default Excel will allow any value. So click on this drop down. In this case, we are to implement what? A drop down list. So click on a list, right? Then where is the source of your data? This is the source of your data. That's the list of the department, right? Then what is your input message? Your input message is let's say click the arrow. Let's say click the drop, or let's say choose your department from the drop down list. Let's say choose your department from the drop down list. Choose your department from the drop down list. What should the error alert be? The error alert you have style. It can be warning information. So this warning and information, yes, if it's going to warn the user in case of any error, it's going to warn the user, but it's not going to stop him from filling the form. You understand? But the stop is going to stop that user from filling the form immediately when there is an error, right? So the error, we choose stop. So the error message should be, okay, in case of any wrong entry, the error message should be your department should be just, let's say, wrong department. Let's say wrong input. So you click on OK. Good. So if I come here and I input a name, let's call a random name, let's say John, right? Let's say John Joshua. Let's say John Joshua, right? If I come to the department, I will say, okay, this is what it's going to show. Show your department from the drop down. You choose your department from the drop down list. Then I click on this drop down list. I can choose logistics. Then the next person can come in. Let's say Mirabel. Let's say Haruna. Right? If I come to the department, I will say choose your department from the drop down list. Click on it. Let's say Mirabel is from manufacturing department. She can choose manufacturing, and that's it. So this will avoid what? It will save you time in data cleaning. It will avoid inconsistency in your data and all of that. So the second scenario here is, let's say you are collecting a test scores or age values. Let's consider an age value. Let's say, okay, these are let's say this is a form. This is a form that some candidates needs to fill, and it requires their name and their age, and the form is restricted for only candidate between the age, let's say 30 to 40. Any age outside this age bracket, the application will be rejected, right? Let's say, okay, let's implement this age bracket under the age column. You highlight it. You just highlight the column, right? Then come to data. Under your data tab, under the data tools, click on data validation. Then come to your settings. By default, Excel will allows any value. So click on this drop down and click whole number. So what's the minimum age? The minimum age should be 20, right? And the maximum age, or let's say the minimum age we say is 30 and the maximum age is 40. So any age outside this age bracket is going to be rejected. So input your age. Let the message be input. This is optional, please. Input your age. This is optional, right? Then come to error alert. Under the error alert, um, invalid. Let's just type invalid input as our error alert and click on OK. Good. So now a candidate might come in. Let's say I, Musa Yusuf, right? I'm filling this form. So now Excel is asking me, I should input my age. Let me say my age is 19. You see, invalid input because we have restricted that particular column to only accept values between 30 and what? And 40. So cancel. Let me put in 30 and see. Enter. You see, it has accepted it. The next candidate might be Joshua. Let's say David. Good. So the input your age. So let me say 40. And boom, Excel will accept it. Okay, the next person, let's say the next person is let me say David. Let me say Muhammad. The next person, let me say Muhammad Ali, right? So and let's say the age is let's say 19. Excel will not accept it. Let me say 50. Excel will not accept it. But once it's between the age of 30 and 40, Excel is going to accept it. Let me say 40. That's accepted it, right? So that's basically all about drop down list and data validation and drop down list, right? Okay, let's check another example and use case. Let's say we are tasked with designing we are tasked with designing a youth empowerment program form, let's say by the government. So imagine you are designing a data collection form for a youth empowerment program that is targeted at 5 states. Only 5 states, let's say within Nigeria, only 5 states: Lagos, Kano, Rivers, Borno, and Oyo. That means you are going to create a drop down list for only these 5 states. Any state that is outside this will going to be rejected. Okay. The next thing is the form is intended for age 20 to 30, for youth from the age of 20 to 30, right? Okay, that means any age that is outside this age bracket is going to be discarded. It's not going to be accepted. That means under the state column, we are going to put in a restriction. Under the age, we are going to put restrictions as well. Okay. So let's say the next thing, and only 5 specific local governments per state are eligible, making a total of 25 local governments. Let's say, okay, under each of these approved states, only five local government is approved, right? That means there are specific local government that are approved under these 5 states. So what we are going to do there is we are going to create a dependent drop-down list. So if you choose a particular state, only that 5 approved local government under that state, that is what you are going to see on the drop-down list, right? Okay, if you choose Lagos, if you click on the local government, the drop-down list that will be under that local government will only be those 5 approved local government that are under Lagos state. If you choose Borno state, if you click on the drop-down list of the local government, you only see the 5 local government that are only approved for Borno state, right? Okay, let's implement this first. Our implementation. Let's put restriction on the age column. You highlight the age column, come to data, click on this data validation. Under the settings, under the allow whole number, right? From the age of, we say 20, maximum is 30. Click on OK. So there's a restriction on this age column. The next thing, let's say gender. Let's say we only need male and female. We don't need other gender, right? You come to this control. Come to this control. Let me put in male and let me put in female. That's my list. Come back to the form. So you highlight the gender column as well. Under the data tab, under the data tools group, come to data validation. Under the settings, click on lists. So your source, where is your Where is your list? Come to this and highlight it. Then highlight it and click on OK. So the next thing is the state, right? So highlight the state as well. Under the data tab, under the data tools group, click on data validation. Make a list of those 5 approved states. List our data source. Come to your control. These are the states. Then click on what? OK. So if you click on this drop down list on that state, you see the 5 approved states. So this local government, we are not going to use only list drop down list, but we are going to use dependent drop down list. So it's going to be this the drop down list under this local government is going to depend on the states that you picked here, right? Okay. So what we are going to do is come to formula. So what we are going to use is we're going to do is country control. These are the list of your 5 states with their local governments. So highlight them, highlight those states with the local governments. After highlighting it, come to create selection. Then a pop-up dialog box is going to appear. Then under create names from values in there, then click on what? All in top row. Click on top row and click on OK. If you come to this name manager under formula, you see the list of your approved states. Then under each of these approved states, you see a list of your approved states. That's under name. Under the value of this approved state, you see what? A list again. A list of what? Those approved local government, right? Good. So what you do now is you come to this local government column. Come to this local government column, right? Come to your data tab. Under the data tools group, click on your data validation. Allow any value, no. Allow lists, right? We are going to do it. This is dependent drop down list. So you click on list. Under the source, you click on equal to, you type in indirect. Then open your bracket. Indirect, then click on this cell. That's whatever the user chooses from this. Then click on this cell, right? Remove this, unlock it, so it should be dynamic. Then close the bracket and then click OK. Source currently evaluate an error. Do you want to continue? Yes, continue. All right. So let's say I'm going to fill in this form. Let's say my name is Musa. The last name is, let's say, Yusuf. And the age, let me say, let the age between the approved age bracket, let me say 20 to avoid error. Then the gender should be what? Click on this drop down. Let me say I'm male. Let me pick states. If I picked Borno states, if I come here to the local government, you see that these are the list of local government that are under Borno state. Let me choose, let me say Biu, right? Okay. Let another person fill in. Let me say John. Let me say Bola. Let me say the person age is, let's say, 30. And the person is male. Let the person choose Lagos. If you choose Lagos, you see the drop down list under the local government will be what? Those local government those approved local government under Lagos. Let me say Surulere. Let's say the next person is let me say Muhammad. Let's say Abubakar. Let me say Muhammad Abubakar. Let's say the age is 28. Within the age bracket, approved age bracket, let's say the person is male. And let's say the person is from Kano State. So you see that the list of this local government is what? Is the approved local government under the Kano State based on the project. So let's say Gwale, right? So the next person, let me say Miriam. Let me say Mary. Let me say Andrew. Let me say Mary Andrew. Let's say her age is, let's say, 25. She's 25 and she's a female. Click on female. Let me say she's from River State. You see, click on this drop down under local government. You see this list of local government under River State. Let me say Bonny, and that's how it is. So with this, I think we've come to the end of our tutorials for today on data validation and drop-down lists. So we've seen how to implement data validation and drop-down lists. We've seen the advantage and why it matters. So in our next video, we are going to talk about charts. In our next video, we're going to talk about charts. Thank you very much for listening, and see you in the next tutorial. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Thank you very much. Bye.